Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a custard game of war selection. And we're here with XFactor live, spawning in on the south side of the map here in the color red. And we see he immediately deletes his Bulwark. So this indicates to me that we're going to be seeing some early pressure out of XFactor right here, because, you know, this gets in the way, right? This is in the way right here of your workers getting back and forth from the wood line, right? So if you're in no sort of pressure, if you're not going to be put under any pressure in the Dark Age, in the Stone Age, sorry, you don't need it, right? Just delete it. Just delete it. You don't need it. So that is why it indicates to me we're going to be seeing some early pressure here out of XFactor. But let's reveal the Fog of War and see what we got on our hands here, because this, okay, pretty standard map. Pretty standard map. Nothing too crazy here. We got some water to the side here. We're going to have to see if players look to utilize this. Fortunately for XFactor, his warehouse, not quite close enough. I mean, you might be able to get away with it, but maybe. We're going to have to see what he looks to do there. But we've also got some more fish to the corners. Maybe something players look to try and grab. But I mean, it can be a little bit of a trek. Maybe this one's going to be the pond of choice for players. We're going to have to see. But XFactor's opponent today spawning up in the north side of the map. In the color green, we've got Tank Shot. So what a matchup we have here. Tank Shot versus XFactor. Both extremely good players. But I mean, XFactor's the GOAT, right? He's world number one. Finishing, you know, first on the ranked leaderboards pretty much every time. And even in the most recent season, he finished number one. So XFactor, he's an extremely strong player. I think he's currently sitting at 4 on the leaderboard at the moment. So we know we're very, very new into season 9 here, but already looking really, really strong here. So nice matchup we got here. We got Tank going to be moving out for some fish already. 4. That looks like 4. Let's switch to his perspective. It is indeed 4 workers there. But a nice little warehouse here. Pretty good value right there. 2 small fish, relatively close to each other. He's going to be looking pretty happy there. We're going to be moving some more workers out as well onto the cows. XFactor. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got the Vil pull. We got the worker pull. Okay. So not looking to use any of his small fish or any of his cows or deer. He's just going to be putting on some super, super early pressure here. Warehouse has been dropped as well. Nice and snug next to that wood line. But how many workers have we got here? Let's take a quick look. 13 workers. Okay, 30. That's a lot of workers right there. That's a lot of workers. So I assume we're going to be seeing some bulwarks up around here. Maybe. Could you go up here? I mean, possibly you could, but I mean, it's most likely going to be towards the front of the base here, right? So XFactor's on his way, and look at this! Oh, the scout is going to be able to spot out. Let's take a look at the Fog of War. Scout is going to be able to spot out all of those workers. The Tank Shot there. Getting pretty lucky. Getting pretty lucky. I don't know if that was intentional. You know, having your... I mean, it's always good to have your scout around this sort of part of the map. At this stage of the game, but... whether that's intentional or not, this is going to be crucial for Tank Shot here, because he's going to be able to react in time, right? We see already 2 pit fights, or fight pits have been dropped down. 3rd one being dropped down now as well. The Tank is going to be able to respond here with some slingers and some bulwarks of his own. We see quite a few of them being dropped down. 4 of them have been dropped down immediately. And XFactor, let's see what he does in response to this. He's just going to be walking straight past them. What an absolute Chad right there. This one taking it straight to the face. In fact, does survive. It looks like Tank is going to be pulling some more workers here. Trying to get up the bulwark. But we see XFactor's already got the first one up. Second one about to be completed as well. Yet to lose a worker. He's also constructing some on the left-hand side there. Workers now being pulled. Looking to just tank down that bulwark. Workers for XFactor trying to keep it alive here. Does get taken out though. But in that time, XFactor's managed to build 3 more here. The rate at which he can just construct these is absolutely crazy. And he's only lost a couple workers so far. Take a look at his perspective. We see he's got 5 over there, 4 over there, so has lost 4 so far. But we also see here, Tank's lost some as well. And Tank needs to be careful here. Doesn't want to lose any of these workers over here. He's got a couple low HP ones here. 5 HP on that one. But XFactor continuing the expansion here of Bulwarks, really going ham here. But we see Tank, he's reacted. He's got some slingers out. Probably not the best place to fight with your slingers. Gonna get immediately slaughtered there, stoned to death by these Bulwarks. XFactor slowly creeping forward with these Bulwarks. Slowly making his way forward. Doesn't have quite enough resources. We see he's done a pretty big expansion to the left-hand side here. Now going to be dropping down those fight pits. Still only the 2 fight pits. Out of Tank here. Slingers are able to get some nice shots in here. Bulwark's not in range. And XFactor does lose a worker right there. Loses a second worker as well. Fortunate for him right there. Temple up at the back of the base for Tank. Gonna be aging up with Europe right there. Now we got 5 pit fight. Why do I keep saying pit fights? Fight pits. 5 pit fights coming down from XFactor here. Really looking to go heavy. But I mean, we've also got 4 coming down here from Tank. Does have access to the Maceman. Has grabbed that upgrade. So, going to be looking to move into them now. Definitely a smart move when you're up against so many Bulwarks here. Really wants to try and take down all of this infrastructure. More Bulwarks going up for him. Tank's trying to get as many up as he can, but maybe a little bit too greedy here. We see Slingers going to be able to take out quite a lot of the workers there. 3 workers going to be going down. Does the Bulwark even get up? It's going to be a close one. It does indeed get up. There's so many workers lost right there. Maceman coming out now from Tank. See there, the good siege damage that it does do. 4 getting in on the action now. Oh no. Everyone's getting involved this game. What a crazy rush here we got from XFactor. I mean, look at the amount of Bulwarks. 16 Bulwarks. We got even more being dropped down. It's so exciting that the boar even has to get in on the action. Even more Bulwarks being dropped down here for XFactor. And Tank, he's going to be in some trouble here. I mean, let's take a look at his current positioning. I think he's struggling on the food. He does get the age up through though. But I mean, you aged up with Europe. You're going to have a tough time there getting your upgrades through. Expensive upgrades there for Europe. Workers here for Tank. I think that may have been a little bit of a misclick. I mean, using workers here, certainly an interesting call. 3 Bulwarks still up, and yeah, that doesn't mean some more dead workers right there for Tank. Surprisingly, gets this one away. And now we're seeing a farm coming down from Tank to address his food issues. Does still have some berries here. Trying to get as many workers as he possibly can upgraded. Back in the base of XFactor though, we got Asia coming through. Almost complete there, 92%. We got 6 fight pits. I don't know why I'm getting that one confused, but I am. But the age up comes through for XFactor. Gonna have to see what upgrades he looks to grab. Gonna be immediately grabbing his upgrades there for the warehouses, as standard. You always want that little bit of extra drop off. Looks like XFactor for the time being. Not creating anything from the fight pits quite yet. Got a few slingers still out. We've got a lot of bulwarks right here. He's going to be probably looking towards upgrading all of these bulwarks into towers. For the time being, tank shot. His army's not looking too bad here. He's got 5 macemen. Certainly nothing to be sniffed at. But then you got to remember that you know, XFactor's over here with 12 bulwarks. We've got a couple upgraded workers for XFactor here. He's upgraded a lot of his houses. A lot of his infrastructure here has been upgraded. Yeah, to upgrade a lot of his villagers, though. A lot of his workers. We've got 42 that he can upgrade. But, I mean, you know, no rush, no rush. You need to be investing all of your resources to try and keeping this alive, right? You've invested a lot of resources here into this big early push. You don't want to just throw it all away, right? So, gonna be sticking with the Stone Age workers for a little bit longer. Looking to mass up some more slingers now. Slingers on the left-hand side here for tank. Trying to distract the slingers away from XFactor while the macemen on the right-hand side come through. Trying to take out as many bulwarks as they possibly can. And at the moment here, it looks like tank is in range of the bulwarks here. Something you probably don't want to be in range of. And that does mean XFactor here should be able to come out victorious on that left-hand side. And he's just going to be pulling his slingers here towards the right-hand side. He knows that he needs to try and take out these macemen. So, good call here by XFactor, moving these over, trying to take out the macemen first. And now we got the upgrades coming through on the towers. 3 observing towers being transformed into guardian towers. And now we got the bulwarks being upgraded. All of the upgrades coming through there on the bulwarks. We got more slingers here. We got some workers even getting on in the action yet again. And the slinger mass looking really decent here for XFactor. Going to be able to hold back the macemen. Like, you don't need to worry so much about the slingers from tank. As long as you take out the macemen, you can let your towers do the rest of the work, taking out the slingers. So nice work here by XFactor. Takes out all of the slingers on the left-hand side. And now his slinger mass is looking really, really strong. Still yet to grab his upgrades here for the workers, but he'll be on that soon, I'm sure. And now all the towers are up, and we see here the spray of arrows onto tanks units here. And with that, GG gets called. Tank shot resigns. I mean, yeah, what else do you do in this position? You got no wood behind the base. The towers are shooting upon your villagers. And, yeah, there's not a lot of hope there for tank. So, well played to both of these players. I hope you did enjoy this casted game. If you did, please do feel free to leave a like. And maybe even consider subscribing, because there'll be plenty more War Selection content on the way. I'll catch you guys in the next one.